We're going to call this meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty for all. Before we move into agenda, just a note of order. We originally had a board workshop scheduled after the conclusion of today's meeting. In all likelihood, we are going to need that time for an executive session, or at least a substantial portion of that for an executive session. So we're probably not going to have the workshop, but we'll see how we do on time. With that, can I have a motion to approve the present agenda as written? Questions on today's agenda? All in favor? Any opposed? And we are moving into public comment. This is the first of two public comment periods. It's an opportunity for members of the public and other Chatham District stakeholders to speak about an issue on tonight's agenda. There will be a second public comment, which is open for any issues impacting the school district. That'll be at the conclusion of the meeting. If anyone would like to speak now, they can either, we don't have a sign-in sheet, but I presume one can appear if we need one. Members of the public can come sign in and talk at the front of the room. Or if they are online, they can raise their digital hands. And it sounds like we don't have any public or digital hands. Is that right?
We don't have anybody connected right now.
Okay. It's really zero. It's great weather outside is what's going on. With that, I think we can move straight into board comment. Does anyone on the board want to comment?
I do. Please see the school website and notice the Section 2 Scholar Athlete of the Year Award. Shameless self plug for my son.
Congratulations. That's great. Is this his first framed award? It looks like a real plaque.
Actually, no. He won the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award and Boys State as well.
All right. So
and the Defensive Athlete of the Year in football.
Running out of wall space. Got it.
And state championship baseball.
I've got one in my office. I feel accomplished. Anyone else?
Boys baseball. Can you get it? Okay. We're getting a lot of people coming up to visit the games. I'm noticing Channel 10 was there yesterday, filmed some of our game.
That's exciting.
It is exciting. It's just starting to run out of parking spaces down there, and because people are very interested and very engaged, and definitely weather dependent. On some of the crummier days they weren't out there, but they're starting to show up now, and it's pretty exciting.
Sounds like another reason to think about Wi-Fi, in the playing fields for our cameras. But that's exciting that we're running out of parking. That's a great problem to have. Yes. Great. All right. How's the turf? That's my next question.
It looks great. Both fields, even down at the pit where we sometimes have a little bit of trouble. It seems to be the drainage has been working out. It's been mowed. It's been going well.
Okay.
And up at the Little League, they do a great job up there. They're on top. I can't speak to the girls softball.
Which fence? On the inside or the outside? Okay. Any other board comment?
It's just a question for Mike. They didn't do anything with our bases this year, did they? The same size, same bases in boys baseball? No, same. Okay.
Okay, with that, we're going to move into the student representative report.
Again, not a week that I have a ton. Spring sports kind of seem to be taking up everyone's focus. I know the boys have had a ton of games. I have a friend that we make a thing out of going to as many baseball games as we can. We did it last season too. And it's been a busy schedule. I know softball, my friends who do that have been busy. My little brother runs track and they have a meet at home today. Prom is this Saturday at the Greenport. The junior class holds it. I know a lot of people are very excited. We've had a lot of buzz about it this week and last week. And then Arbor Day is going to be on May 26th is when they're going to be celebrating it. And we are bringing back the talent show this year, which a lot of people have been very excited for.
How many attendees for the prom this year?
I don't know. I was ticket 118 and 119 and I got mine before the end of the day. And I
That's
know a
great.
lot of people that have bought since then.
That's great.
And where is it?
At the Greenport in Hudson.
Oh, yes.
And I believe that's all I have for you.
I gotta get used to change the name.
I moved here my sophomore year, so I don't know old names for any.
Yeah. Yeah. Falls.
I have a question. Do you know anything about these bag people we have around the school?
Oh yeah, so I think it was the fine arts class that Miss Fahey runs. Those are all students and they made themselves doing different things and they're around the school. So I know like my friend Mariah plays soccer and she made one of herself kicking the ball. And so they did it, I think, by like using tape to wrap their bodies in order to make sculptures of themselves.
Oh, that's crazy. Just slip out of that.
Kind of weird to see around.
That one is a head.
Yeah, that one's a head and a separate body. But like I know there's one in the main office, there's a couple in classrooms around the school. It was weird the first day we had them because I don't think any of us knew that they were going to just be in the main office. So it was definitely interesting to see.
That's great for those installation pieces then. Any other questions? Okay. With that, we are into the superintendent's report from Dr. D'Angelo.
I wondered where our packing tape disappeared. I just have a few brief reminders. Our budget hearing, required budget hearing will take place coincident to the next Board of Education meeting on May 9th. Also, the budget newsletter that we produce each year to inform the entire community about our approved budget, that went to the printers today, so we should have that back and out in the mail next week. We are pleased that it's out a little bit earlier than we usually are able to get it out. And so that will be in the mail. A reminder that the school budget vote and election of Board of Education members will take place on Tuesday, May 16th from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in the Mary E. Dardis gym. And just kind of as a side note, I copied the board on an email and we also sent a notification home to parents, but to attempt to keep the anxiety around the remaining 2 lockdown drills that we have to have scheduled for this school year. There will be one that takes place sometime this week. And a letter went home to parents letting them know that. And that is my report for this evening.
Okay. In new business, we've got 4 motions here to elect BOCES board members. Is this retroactive? When's the actual, organizational meeting for them?
Tonight,
It's tonight. Okay.
or it's actually at 5:30, I think.
Okay. So it's, I'm gonna try to sum this up before we go into the motions. It's, Mary Daly from Hudson City, Joseph Garland from Coxsackie, Athens, John C. Hill from Hoosick, and Mary Eurista from Skodak. And I'm gonna run through the 4 motions here. R47, be it resolved that Chatham hereby casts its vote for Mary Daly for the term from July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2026. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
All in favor? Any opposed? R48, be it resolved that the Chatham School District hereby casts its vote in the election of Joseph Garland as a term member of the BOCES from July 1 through June 30th, 2020, July 1, 23 through June 30th, 26. Can I have a motion? All in favor? Any opposed? And R49, be it resolved that Chatham School District hereby casts its vote in the election of John Hill to the BOCES Board for a term July 1, 23 through June 30th, 2026. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
All in favor? And R50, be it resolved that Chatham School District casts its vote in the election of Mary Eurista for BOCES board member from July 1, 2023 to June 30th, 2026. Can I have a motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and there's our BOCES votes. And we are into H1, and I presume that needs to make it to them as well. R51, be it resolved that the board, the BOCES board is authorized to expend the sums set forth in the 23-24 tentative administrative budget in the amount of $7,152,804. That's just a portion of their budget. The remainder is paid out by districts for services or comes in aid from the state. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we can get that off to them. And R52, be it resolved that the Board of Education accept the amendment to the agreement with Advanced Therapy Services for the 2022-23 and 23-24 school years from September 22 to June 23 and September 23 to June 24 at a rate of $91,000 for 10 months per year for occupational physical therapy services. Can I have a motion? All in favor?
Aye.
I didn't ask about questions on this one. Does anyone have questions on this? Any opposed? Okay, that passes. And R53, be it resolved that the Board of Education, effective July 1, creates the full-time 1 FTE position of speech pathologist. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And R54, be it resolved that the Board of Education, effective July 1, hereby creates the full-time 1 one FTE position of literacy coach. Can I have a motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I just want to make a brief comment. I appreciate the approval on those two positions. I know we discussed them as part of the budget. But this will allow us to get out as early as possible with some postings to try to stay ahead of the talent pool. And of course, by the time we interview, it'll be well after we know whether the budget has passed or not. So there's no kind of exposure or risk here, but I did want to see if we could get out there and publish these two positions as soon as possible.
Thank you. And before we enter consensus agenda, I just want to say a thank you to Friends of the Chatham Public Library for their generous gift. We've got some seasonal retirements here. Does anyone have questions before we move in to motion?
We have one cleaner. We have one retirement. He has worked for the school district, Tim Mead, for 35 years. It's in our consensus agenda. And I certainly wish him the best. We all do.
Yeah, that's pretty special that people
Mhm.
Another-
stick with our community for that long.
That's 40.
Huh?
We have another retirement. That's 40 years.
Or, is she in there?
Diane,
Oh, is she in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Diane Williams.
Our dispatcher, our bus dispatcher, Diane.
That's,
I tried to reject the retirement, but she
okay, all right.
we also posted that, or in the process of posting that position as well. That's a civil service position.
Okay, with that, R55, be it resolved that the board accept consensus agenda I through K as written. Can I have a motion? Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And we are into future agenda. I would be remiss if I didn't note the fact that we still need to figure out how we're gonna fit in a workshop. We may have some time.
Well, so I just texted our executive session guest, and she is en route and should be here about 6:40. But you will
Okay, so we'll just take a break.
have a little time.
Maybe we'll start conversations, and maybe we could round up a board just in case, or maybe we could rig up that board, digital board. Just someplace to put a picture up, but we could use this if we don't have a right on here. Maybe we'll get lucky in that room right there. All right. Any other future agenda items? We're the term's running to a close. The board term. We've got an election coming up. Followed by an organizational meeting. This is sort of a quiet time of the year for board agenda. If anyone wants to throw something on the bonfire, now's not a bad time.
Reminder of the goals.
Yeah. Okay. With that, we are in second public comment. Do we have any new public?
It's kind of awkward because it's the same link we always use, or I'd say, I wonder if we have
People are enjoying the
we have
weather.
a
and I
technical
think that's-
difficulty, but we don't even have a few of our regulars logged on. But we do have Mike Olson has logged on to check the technology, but
All right. Well, if anyone wants to speak on behalf of their public persona, they're welcome. Or we will move on. All right. With that, that's the conclusion of our public agenda. It wasn't all me.
That's all right.
With that,
I threatened them tonight.
Be it resolved that the Board of Education enter executive session to discuss collective negotiations and propose pending or current litigation. Can I have a motion? All in favor? All right,
Hi, Gracie.
Have a good night, everyone.
thank you. Yeah.
Sorry to keep you so late.
Yeah, well, we're in executive session now. Motion to appoint Salvador D'Angelo as district clerk pro tem for the executive session. Can I have a motion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay.
You get to go home on time.